Hello everyone, and now welcome to a game between Romantic versus LawLiet. Gonna go ahead and speed things up to the 8 times speed, get things going underway as Romantic spawns as the blue human on the bottom left hand side of the map. Meanwhile, LawLiet spawning as the red night elf on the top right. This is going to be Northern Isles. Game is well underway as we're looking at the heroes Keeper of the Grove going up against an Archmage. Thank you for tuning in with me. Thank you for enjoying my cast as we're looking at the Keeper of the Grove going after this Ogre Magi creep camp with the Ancient of War. This is a 5/4/4 creep camp, which will give the Keeper of the Grove level 2 right out of the gate and enable him to do some entangle plays if he wants. Romantic, on the other hand, on the bottom side of the map, also known as Fortitude, gonna go ahead and clear up some creep camps here, going after this Ogre Magi creep camp with the help of Militia, and should be able to start setting up an expansion here in just a moment. Picking up a Crystal Ball should be very helpful during this first Nightfall when many Night Elf players want to use Shadow Meld to try and protect those archers. Easy day for me at work watching W3 cast. Thank you, Zam. Hope you are having a good day. I'm having a decent day at least. All right, Keeper of the Grove simply gonna run on by as we're looking at a little bit of damage here. Who's gonna rack up that last hit? Archers trying to retreat back. The Murloc Huntsman needs 2 hits. That's why the archers are not. Oh, beautiful head fake there. And Romantic is just purposely getting the attack, and then will end up getting that last hit there. Meanwhile, Keeper of the Grove down to the south with tree ends, causing a bit of pressure on this expansion attempt already as Romantic now tries to run back on through. Keeper of the Grove continuing all of these attacks here, trying to finish off some of these peasants. Peasants are going to end up getting taken down. There goes one. Keeper of the Grove, however, is not happy with wants a little bit more as more treants will be joining in on the battle. Keeper of the Grove may be forced to retreat back. Water Elemental being used to try and save some of these peasants here, as there is a bunch of low hit point peasants. There goes one more, there goes another, and all of that damage surely does add up. More peasants need to be transitioned back over as the peasants are trying to find their way back through. Keeper of the Grove finds it and takes down every single peasant that was originally here, save for one. These two, I believe, were transitioned back over from the main base. Beautiful pressure coming in from LawLiet to put pressure and finish off many of those peasants here. Meanwhile, Keeper of the Grove back out onto the battlefield, gonna go after the Ogre Warrior creep camp after dealing a bit of first blood and really punishing Romantic for that expansion attempt. All right, Null Warden going to be taking a little bit of damage here. Ogre Warrior as well. This will give level 3 to the Keeper of the Grove. Meanwhile, the Archmage does have Boots of Speed and is trying to take away experience from LawLiet by creeping out his neck of the woods. All right, that looks like it will be done here. Water Elemental not tanking any of that damage as it was ensnared. Wisp is out onto the battlefield here, as it's going to go ahead and retreat back around. Keeper of the Grove is going to find, perhaps get some entangles off, and yes, level 2 entangle for the Keeper of the Grove to try and shut down some of those footmen. Archmage putting pressure onto the Keeper of the Grove as we see more and more entangles going around. Archers trying to deliver some killing blows to those footmen as the Keeper of the Grove, now down to 300 hit points, will be forced to retreat back. Archers able to pelt back some arrows as well as the Archmage now makes its way back off to the north. Archers trying to retreat back again here. Keeper of the Grove going to heal. Hello, Night Mist, as the Keeper of the Grove now making its way back down. Archmage Footman now making its way back down to the south tier. We see the expansion is up and operational. No Arcane Tower, and Romantic starting to hit his stride as he techs to tier 2. LawLiet already at tier 2 and quickly picks up a Panda. Instead of pressuring with that Panda, though, as the Arcane Tower is being upgraded, he is opting to go for, an expansion of his own during all of that time. It is going to be a little bit delayed in terms of things overall, but he does have access to his hero faster, which means he should have higher level heroes. And he also has access to more tech as well, and it shouldn't be nearly as expensive to try and set up this expansion as it was for Romantic, as Romantic tried to speed build his town hall and also lost a whole number of peasants as well. All right, Entangle onto that Water Elemental. Water Elemental pretty much knocked out of commission and unable to do very much damage at all, giving a little bit of bonus experience. And now the Panda trying to pick up some additional items as we see some repairs and now entangling of that gold mine. All right, how much gold? It was 1,200 gold difference as we see a blacksmith and an arcane vault being built at the expansion outpost. Water Elemental looking to finish off an archer. It looks like LawLiet not trying to play the Shadow Meld game as there are sentry wards all over the place. Breath of Fire across more units as the Panda, well, Archmage, yeah, drops down a sentry ward. Yeah, no more Shadow Meld game as there's so many footmen out here onto the battlefield. Panda, however, finding the Archmage. Archmage could be in a little bit of trouble. Down to 112 hit points. Will be able to get away as the footmen are now going after this entangling gold mine. Panda now coming back across here does have has Drunken Haze here, trying to actually just stop the attacks without really dealing that much damage to those footmen. There's an entangle as well as the water elementals are unable to do very much. Repairs, are they going to be able to get there in time? That is the question, as no, it is not. As now going to try to entangle that gold mine once more. Keeper of the Grove still low on mana. Panda still low on mana. Archmage low on hit points, still around in this fight here as the footmen are trying to engage once more. All right, footmen trying to continue this battle again and again. Footmen are trying to engage in this battle again and again as the Keeper of the Grove now heads back off to the north here. Water Elemental gonna go ahead and stop this entangling gold mine. No, does not. The entangled gold mine holding on after being reset. Full-on aggression by both sides, as the Romantic now also has a Goblin Alchemist to back him up, perhaps to try and counteract all of the Breath of Fire, but really doesn't have that many low hit point units here at all. Alchemist may be a curious choice at this point and stage in the game. Mountain King normally much better. Normally much better, as the heals didn't represent all that much here, and normally human players have access to Arcane Sanctum and Priest, a very, very powerful strategy overall. We see Romantic now transitioning into dual racks Rifleman, and that does work better with the Alchemist, as the Riflemen do generally stand very close together, and, well, the Alchemist should be able to heal all of that up easily. The problem will be that the Keeper of the Grove can entangle that Alchemist the instant he tries to use that channeling healing spray on his own units. All right, coming back off to the north here, Archmage, Alchemist coming back around. Keeper of the Grove still catching a couple of the units on the battlefield. Priest trying to keep that Rifleman alive. It looks as though it is going to be able to stay alive. What is going on here? That Rifleman is actually running away from the heal, and Romantic ends up losing a Rifleman, as the Rifleman was like, no. I can leave the hospital. I feel fine. And then ends up getting taken down. Archmage, Alchemist now making their way back out onto the battlefield, down to the south, a little bit of heals going around, and no upgrades that I see on the Hunter's Hall or the Blacksmith either. As we're... sorry, there's a lot of background noise that's kind of distracting, so I'm trying to focus in on this game right now. Archmage, Alchemist continuing to clear up some creep camps. 544 creep camp easily cleared up here. Alchemist starting to get higher up in level, picking up a pendant of energy. Meanwhile, in the center portion of the map, Keeper of the Grove does have an Orb of Venom. We are already at tier 3, and we are looking now at Druids of the Claw joining in on the battlefield as well. Alchemist sitting at level 2 here, Archmage sitting at level 3, as the Keeper of the Grove is once more going to put in more pressure inside the expansion outpost. One Arcane Tower not going to be enough. Breath of Fire across multiple peasants there. That damage is going to rack up very easily, as the Treants are now inside trying to perhaps put some pressure here. Panda, are we going to see another Breath of Fire on some fleeing units? Yes, we are. There go all of the peasants and that Arcane Tower, as the Town Hall is now trying to be repaired, but with nothing there to really protect against it. Meanwhile, the Tree of Life is getting a lot of repairs as well. Riflemen are here trying to take down all of these wisps. It looks like it's going to work. Militia now making their way back off to the north, and no one gets an expansion, as both expansions on the north and on the south are just heavily pressured. All right, Scroll of Town Portal, never mind, I take it back. Romantic able to cancel LawLiet's expansion, and now and protect his own with just all of these additional peasants. All right, more treants are out over here. Healing spray trying to protect the peasants that are still at work. And out of all of the peasants that were here at the expansion, only 2 or 3 survive. Coming back around, second Arcane Sanctum getting pressured. Scroll of Town Portal coming back the other way. Keeper of the Grove says, you know what? I can't do very much of anything else. Dryad gets taken down as all the units fall back. Romantic at one point, I believe, had up to 16, 17 workers. Now down to 10 as he's training up more workers at both his main base and his outpost. All right. Arcane Sanctum needs to be rebuilt here. We are looking at 64 supply compared to 48. Romantic trying to get back under full saturation on both of his bases. Meanwhile, we're looking at LawLiet going after the Magnetar red creep camps in the corner for those very powerful items. Druids of the Claw are out here onto the battlefield as well. One actually in Druid form, absorbing a little bit of damage. Not the best idea whatsoever, as his damage is lower and his hit points are lower as well. All right, don't lose that Druid of the Claw, LawLiet. I will lose a lot of respect for you if you lose a Druid of the Claw in Druid form from creeping, as he does look to back away. All right, a lot of attention to focused elsewhere. Meanwhile, Riflemen do have 1-0 upgrades, and we may be looking at the Alchemist with Acid Bomb, trying to use Acid Bomb to really improve the effectiveness of Focus Fire. Focus Fire helps take down individual units, and if that unit itself has negative armor, it means that you can transition and take down a different unit even faster. All right, coming back across the other side here, we're going to be looking at a little bit of damage. There goes some engagement. Level 2 Healing Spray Acid Bomb onto some of those fleeing units, as that Druid of the Claw going to easily get finished off since it was not in Druid form. Brewmaster trying to get away. Brewmaster looks as though it will be able to get away pretty easily, as it does have that Endurance Aura for increased movement speed. All right. Ancient of War going up against a Water Elemental. Water Elemental looks like it should be able to finish it off. Ancient of War should not be able to eat a tree in time. One more shot should do it. And it gets taken down. Off to the north once more. Well, Archmage getting in for that pressure. And, well, Alchemist getting in here as well. Keeper of the Grove going to try and put pressure onto the Rifleman. Rifleman trying to retreat back. Bear is unable to get to that frontline location. Finally finds a Healing Spray to counteract the Drunken Haze. Breath of Fire beautifully done once more, as the Archmage still fighting. Treants now coming in from the backside here. This is going to be a little bit of a flank, and Romantic quickly says, you know what? I don't want to be here at all. How do you guys counter Rifle Casters? How do you counter Rifle Casters as a Night Elf? Having a handful of Mountain Giants generally works out very, very well. The Mountain Giants have that medium armor, 1600 hit points. The damage is reduced, and also the slow and all of those spells generally don't work out well against them. The problem is trying to figure out how to get damage onto those Riflemen, especially if they have a Paladin to heal. The Riflemen, because they have such strong range, are able to dance around a bit more, and trying to focus fire on units that are dancing and moving all around the map so much does cause problems. Meanwhile, Romantic and LawLiet once again going for an expansion trade, and in comes the Panda here to try and perhaps take this down. Breath of Fire may be lined up here in just a moment, taking down all of these peasants, as we see, well, multiple peasants just burning up right there. Damage starting to add up, more and more peasants getting taken down. 68 supply compared to 60, as the expansion Town Hall looks like it will get taken down. No expansions for anyone, and now the Alchemist is making its way over. All right, expansion taken out. Multiple peasants are being lost, and now we're looking at pressure inside the main base here, as Mountain Giants are starting to get trained up. All right, the downside of a piercing damage army is that the Moonwells and buildings do not suffer that much damage here, even though they do have good range. A lot of focus fire. 63 supply army going up against 54. Romantic only has 5 workers left, as the expansion or the main base of Romantic may end up getting taken down here. Bears are trying to put in pressure. One bear actually getting body blocked. Scroll of Town Portal coming in for the save here, as we are going to be looking at a retreat back out. Dryads getting quickly taken down, but the remaining units are able to back away. All right, Tree of Eternity never really in any danger. A couple of Moonwells were destroyed. Expansion down to the south here pretty much lost, as only the blacksmith and farms, a little bit of a ghost town left behind here. Meanwhile, a ninja expansion by Romantic on the bottom right-hand side of the map, starting to mine out this location. And if it is not spotted, he will be able to continue to, not by Romantic, by LawLiet. He will be able to continue. He will be able to continue to push a lead that his opponent doesn't know he has. All right, Rifleman making its way off to the north here. Gonna go after some of these Moonwells. Moonwell suffering a bit of damage, and well, we are now looking at being supply blocked at 64/50. No additional units can be trained, and we can see more Moonwells being lost here. Water elementals being dropped down, and should be able to take down all of these buildings pretty easily. All right, this is going to be in a little bit of a problem here. Tree of Eternity down to 1,700 hit points. Archmage does have a Scroll of Town Portal, trying to go after some of those Wisps. Wisp going to get taken out as now going after the Ancient of Wonders. Ancient of Wonders quickly going to be destroyed here. Yeah, but that 7 fortified armor starting to add up quite a bit. Meanwhile, on the bottom left-hand side, Romantic looking to not looking to save his expansion at all, as Fortitude is here coming in with Mountain Giants and siege damage with a little bit of additional range. All right, Tree of Eternity trying to be saved here. Is it going to get repaired? Yes, it is. Is it going to be repaired to try and buy a little bit of time? Acid Bomb, however, going to make short work of that, as the Tree of Eternity looks like it will get taken down here in just a moment. No Scroll of Town Portal for the save there, as we are looking at some of these remaining buildings. Romantic wanting to make sure the job is done before leaving, and now teleporting back home. All right, it is now 1 base to 1 base, but I do not believe Romantic knows that. Fortitude having this expansion on the bottom right-hand side could lead to a major miscalculation by Romantic, as he thinks he may just be able to sit back on his current position and try to win that way. Keeper of the Grove looking to finish off the remaining arcane vaults here. However, the Alchemist is trying to come in from the far side. Keeper of the Grove does have Entangle, could easily get up to level 5, perhaps just trying to focus down on a peasant or two. There's an Entangle there, going after some of those other units. There's level 5, Keeper of the Grove. What is he going to do now? Trying to make his push his way on over here, taking down some additional peasants, taking them down, and now trying to move on in. All right, Potion of Invulnerability, only a handful of gold left here. Is he going to try and finish off these treants, finish off peasant after peasant? There goes another peasant as well. He's going to be completely surrounded. Potion of Lesser Invulnerability, or Invulnerability, about to come to an end. He makes his own way out of the trees. Staff of Teleportation, is it going to be enough? Keeper of the Grove down to dead, as the Acid Bomb finishes him off. All right, Alchemist with the departing Acid Bomb gift, finishing off the Keeper of the Grove. It looked like the Keeper of the Grove was going to be able to escape, but no longer. Also, Romantic does scout out this expansion over here on the bottom right-hand side of the map. What looked like a great tactical play turned into a bit of a blunder, as the Keeper of the Grove was unable to escape the inner workings of Romantic's base. Did Human notice that he killed the Keeper? Yeah, it would show up that the Keeper is taken down. All right, there's a Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire, Lightning Shield. That additional Lightning Shield getting in a little bit more damage here, as Romantic now trying to take down this keep. Meanwhile, back on the other side here, the Tree of Life suffering a bit of damage, but it will not get taken down, as it holds on there. Units are now trying to retreat back. Mountain Giant trying to retreat back. Bears, 2 bears may get taken down here. There goes one, there goes the other, as the Alchemist still stays at level 4 and the Archmage stays at level 5. 54 supply compared to 63. Romantic in the driver's seat once more, but he does not have that much mining going on, and that is going to be a problem. Peasants still trying to harvest a bit of lumber, as well as we need to see some training up of from the keep once there is enough gold. Repairs are under order for this Tree of Life. All right, gonna go ahead and be repaired back once again. Units are trying to fall back here. Level 5, level 4 once more. Panda is sitting at level 5. Keeper of the Grove is, I believe, getting resurrected. Yeah, not at 2 hit points as it says on the overlay. Didn't keep track of that damage coming in from that Acid Bomb. Rifleman back to the bottom right-hand side of the map here. Alchemist coupled with Archmage ready to shoot this Tree of Life and take it down. Meanwhile, Panda realizes that he cannot save that location easily at all, instead bringing Mountain Giants inside the main base once more. All right, he does have Breath of Fire. He is at level 3 Breath of Fire, so that damage does add up very, very quickly. You can see how much damage onto all of those farms there as he's now trying to back up again. No Dryads to abolish that slow, though, as the Tree of Life does end up falling. LawLiet in a bit of trouble. Keeper of the Grove out onto the battlefield here. Does have that Orb of Venom. Gloves of Haste will be ready to engage in just a moment. Meanwhile, there goes an Entangle onto a Rifleman, and he's going to try and back away once again. Dryads are all here. Keeper of the Grove hit and run tactics as we are going to be going to a little bit of an engagement. All right, Panda going to try and fight its way through. There's the Scroll of Town Portal for the save. The Panda was able to blow over a couple of those units. Are we going to try to Drunken Haze Breath of Fire? No, he is not. I was wondering why he was sticking around in that fight. It looked like he wanted to perhaps Drunken Haze Breath of Fire across the Riflemen and all of those casters, and by doing exactly that, try to drain some of the mana from all of these priests just by dealing large amounts of damage. Brewmaster really overstaying his welcome, going to be using a Staff of Teleportation and be heading back, well, off to the north. Coming back through 60 supply compared to 61. Romantic, unable to train up any additional units, doesn't have the gold. He is supply blocked and only has 3 peasants at this time. So even if he wants to get his economy back up and running, it will be quite a bit. Romantic Fortitude. I keep on going back and forth. Yes, I know. Have him stop changing his name. All right. All right. Expansion up and running back off to the north by LawLiet. Once more, one base versus, well, I wouldn't even call this a full base here. Only 2 peasants on this gold mine. He is low, and the Breath of Fire taking down these frontline buildings. Who would have thought that that would have been one of the major differences in this fight so far? Not being able, or losing 18 supply and then not being able to train up the peasants that were lost, and that is buying time for LawLiet to continue to build his advantage more and more. Water Elemental scouting out the expansion off to the north here. It's going to take a little bit of pressure, a little bit of damage, as this game looks like it is coming to an end, especially as Mountain Giants are preparing to attack from the side and a Goblin Zeppelin ready to drop in from the back. All right, here we are. There is that Zeppelin. Are we going to see a couple of peasants being taken down here? And the workers are trying to retreat back. All the workers are coming back the other way. Each worker is just so important at this point in stage in the game. And both of the workers in that backline spot are pretty much now gone. Romantic, unable to train up any additional workers, only has 1 worker left here, continuing this fight. And where is that one peasant right there? 1 Breath of Fire could finish things off. No, goes off to the north to try and get a priest instead. And Romantic still has 1 worker at this point and stage in the game. Keeper of the Grove still battling his way through. He is fighting himself. He has backed himself into a corner, and still, with only 2 workers being able, or 2 footmen being able to attack him, doing quite a good job. Romantic currently supply blocked at 48/48, purposely needing to take down his own footmen. And now we see Pandas trying to Breath of Fire some of these farms off to the side for that same strategy and tactic. All right, pulling back away once again. Where are all of the Mountain Giant units? Are they in the center of the map? Yes, they are. Only attacking with the Goblin Zeppelin and keeping pressure that way. 48 supply over 48 supply, trying to train up that 3rd peasant to get in additional bit. There's another Breath of Fire, trying to finish things off, taking down another farm, and with another farm taken out, suddenly we are now supply blocked once again. All right, Panda trying to break his way through, trying to finish off more of these things. Panda in that frontline spot saying, you know what? I have a Ring of Regeneration. I'm quite all right. Gonna go ahead and staff of teleportation back out of here. And where are they heading? Off to the north to deal with the army. Archmage getting caught out in open field here. Archmage now trying to retreat back. Entangle perhaps going to come on down onto that Alchemist. No, it is not. Units are just trying to retreat back away. Panda trying to add up a little bit more damage here. And a beautiful, beautiful tactical retreat to go back with all of these remaining units. Dryads, abolish magic, going to finish off some of those water elementals. They should be able to fall back here in just a moment. Keeper of the Grove, perhaps going to try and pick up some useful items as well, as he picks up a second potion of invulnerability. All right, that was a beautiful, beautiful play once more. Keeper of the Grove now heading back off to the north. Mountain Giants are here. Panda perhaps going to get some Moonwell juice and be ready to recharge and dive on in. 1 Druid of the Claw, 48 supply compared to 69. 27. We are 27 minutes into this game. 2 Dryads are left here. They can perhaps drop on in and then cause problems here inside the main base of Romantic. LawLiet now trying to defend his expansion off to the north as well. There's a Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire across multiple units. A lot of damage is being mitigated by all of the healing spray as well. Does have a Scroll of Healing to try and counteract once more, as the Panda still trying to blow through all of these units. Romantic down to 41 supply, over 41 supplied now, as the Alchemist gets entangled, losing his ability to healing spray, but quickly gets that dispelled and tries to heal on through even further. Mountain Giants continuing to battle it up. Riflemen trying to go after the Dryads. Where are all of these units going? Mountain Giants now being forced to taunt. The Dryads back in the Zeppelin could perhaps put in some pressure in Romantic's base, but I believe LawLiet has forgotten about them, as the units are now trying to fall back once again. All right, still more mining getting underway here. 66 supply compared to 80, as the Alchemist still has a potion of healing and a scroll of healing here. Dryads continuing this pressure as the Mountain Giants are trying to absorb as much damage as possible. 58 supply army compared to 35. We are still looking at more units coming back out onto the battlefield. Another Breath of Fire coming across multiple units, and still this is just a battle of endurance, but I believe LawLiet will be closing the door on this game here in just a moment. Again, there's another Breath of Fire trying to blow things over, and that may be just enough here. The Brewmaster down to 200 hit points, gets up to level 6, still wandering around, and Romantic does in fact give the GG. LawLiet taking down Romantic in a bit of a marathon game here on Northern Isle. Expansions falling left and right, but it was the tactical play of LawLiet, supply blocking Romantic by Breath of Firing those farms after he realized he took down so many of those peasants. Once Romantic's economy was, well, crippled, LawLiet just had to outlast his opponent, mine up a little bit more gold, and then continue that harassment even further. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.